Hello and welcome. My name is Samuel Ray, and this is s-factor-sam. So what does the S and s-factor stand for? Well, you'll have to watch to the end to find out. And I just realized I should have done this before I started the stream, so hang tight. We're going to be playing Limon Ultimate. However, I need to set up my profile. Anyway, just in case it wants me to put in some personal info, I gotta hide this real quick. Just yo, can you let me type? Thank you. Thanks. Continue. Yep, I knew we won't get put in. Crossing, competition rules. Yeah, I think we're good. So let me fire up the, let's see, game capture, LMU, specific window. There we go. There. Bring this there. Center. Perfect. Okay. Audio on. All right, let's rock. Please take it. We're going nuts. Yeah, don't want steering. So we'll go nuts. Taking help. No. You have to go to have those on? Wow. Let's go with advanced. Just turn on. Oh, can't. What do that mean? Alright, let's get to it. Hello, Fire Staff. How you doing? Thanks for coming by. Alright. See if I can get this positioned right real quick in the monitors. That way I can get, there we go. Get a good viewing angle of everything. Get in the seat. Hooah. Okay. Well, not nearly as much scuff today as there was yesterday. Yesterday's stream was just scuff central right out the gates. Today, it's quite a bit better. All right. Any button to start. And it didn't recognize my wheel. Whoops. Okay. Doing good, just doing daily races, stay away from the GT cars. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, this is my first time ever playing this. So this is going to be an interesting journey. The most similar game I've played is a set of Corsa Competizione, And, well, that didn't go so well. I picked the Porsche because I'm a Porsche guy, or a Porsche fan. I've never owned one, but it did not go so well. So, really turned me off of the game. I learned later that I should have picked the Aston Martin, but I didn't. So, alright. Let's see. Let me just get used to playing the game in its raw, raw state. So, sort of. What is this hold brakes and hold clutch? Automatically holds clutch until a pedal is pressed? Oh, for like race start. I see. I'll keep auto start engine. Thank you. I hated when that was off in ACC. But you couldn't use clutch and have auto start on at the same time in ACC, which was a bit disappointing. So, let's move. Let's see. The lowest setting is 75, and the maximum is 105. So it seems like intermediate is right there at 90%. We'll turn the to normal aggression. So smack dab in the middle settings. Now, since I am racing new, I'm going to have the racing line on for now. I don't want auto clutch. I want to use the clutch myself. Alright. Don't need steering help. This Carsman, no thank you. I want a pretty raw experience. I just don't have time to memorize the tracks just yet. So... Alright. The basic HUD on. And basic, that way we can reduce some fractions. Porsche GT3 isn't 720s Mercedes. Yes, and I actually went on to I asked for some advice over on the Reddit earlier today to get some info before I started today. And I was told to start with the GT3 and to use the Mustang and the Mercedes AMG. So those are good for beginners, and they're pretty viable, considering I only have the base game, no DLC. So... okay. Keep the radar on, of course. Eastern. Okay. I don't have track IR, but that's cool that it's got that support. Okay. Controls. Wheel and pedals. Does this not detect the devices? So I have to set this up myself. Okay. Throttle, brake, clutch, shift up, shift down. There's no, like, just built-in default, huh? For the... Okay, and for the ones that don't have a medium option, we'll have to have that set to low. Okay. Default view cockpit. Yeah. Steering on, steering wheel on. Okay. Oh, yes. Lock horizon, I've actually found is actually kind of realistic. Cockpit vibration. Interesting. Okay. Alright, I think I'm set. else, I think. Okay. Alright, let's rock. You want to invert feedback in either the game or software. You want to force feedback reset. Sometimes between menus you'll lose feedback from the game itself. Oh, okay. Use a Mozart 3, which is definitely higher end than what I use. So, alright, well, so this game very much the meat of it is the online play. So, let's get into it. Now I know that most of what I need to do, I need to try, let's see, championships, you have to do Race Control Pro, I know that. Okay, so short. Start the pits, don't fight anyone, only overtake if they go off track. Yes, because oh man, you should have been here when I was trying, when I was playing Race Room last time. I really like the physics in Race Room, not gonna lie. It feels good. Like, I tried playing, I did, MX5 Cup in Race Room one stream, and then the next stream I did MX5 Cup in Forza Motorsport, and oh my goodness, the difference was night and day. Forza Motorsport, it felt so light and slippery, like floaty and slippery in comparison. At first I thought it was great in Forza Motorsport, but then once I played the same class both in Race Room and Forza, it couldn't have been more different. It couldn't have been more apparent how much better it is, the more realistic it is. But I was doing some races, Porsche 964, which was my childhood dream car. Well, not the one right after that was, anyway, the 1991 Porsche 911. But I was racing that, and that one was actually a better race. A bit cleaner, but I did some like 944 racing the previous week, and then I did some super touring, and the chaos is just, so frustrating. Why is the loading stuck on 48%? Is this a normal thing? Game. But okay, there it goes. It really drove home just how important a good penalty system is, because it was so frustrating to be in the middle of the just cluster and to get just pinballed around and then spun off track and then to receive incident points for it. It's like, what could I even do? I was smack dab in the middle of all the chaos. I had nowhere to escape to. I had nowhere to go. And then another time I was like I was racing someone. Literally it was me and one other person going head to head. Or no, the other person was right behind me. So I was just driving, and I take the braking point like I'm supposed to, and I get slammed into the rear, and I take incident points, and then an incident point, and then I get sent off track and take another incident point. But my only other choice in that situation would have been to not brake enough for the braking point. In which case, I would have gone off track and taken an incident point, and the other guy wouldn't have gotten any. So it's like, I was just screwed either way. And it was just frustrating. I'm like, at least Forza Motorsport, if you get rammed in the back while you're trying to brake for a turn, you actually don't take any penalty. The person who slammed into you takes the time penalty, because the game actually accounts for you braking and doesn't punish you for braking, as long as it's on a turn and you're not trying to brake check someone, you know? Get points against safety rating for contact in this game depending on severity. Well, it seems like they're trying to, because I watched the update on LMU, their next big update. I watched the trailer for it, and apparently they've been training an AI steward system to be able to actually determine that kind of stuff with relative effectivity. So we'll see how well it goes. But if they can create an actual usable, like, decently fair AI steward system, penalty system, yeah, I'm down for it. If they can do that, then they definitely will be ahead of most of the competition. Okay, there we go. Man, that took forever. Does it always take that long to load? Woo! Game. Is there a reason you're trying to... Okay. Why is my wheel just going crazy? It's just flying to the side. Oh, is that the minimum force feedback setting I had on? I see. I need to set that back to 0. Make sure I inverted force feedback. Okay. Controls. Force feedback. I did invert it. I think it was the minimum steering torque. Let me turn that back off. Oof. Nope, it's still trying to fly to the sides. Is that just normal? Ugh, okay. Oops. Well, shoot. Did I really just stall out? I do need the ignition button. Or I need to turn on the auto ignition. Let's see. Auto start engine is on. I guess I do need an ignition key. Oh, do I need auto clutch in this game? I guess GTs don't really use a clutch, do they? Okay, reset force feed. No, that's speed limiter. Where's my reset force feedback? That's windshield wipers. Oh. Did I not set a reset force feed? Oh, there it is. Force feedback reset. Okay. Okay. I'm not feeling much feedback. I'm not feeling much of anything. Okay, now I am a little bit. But it just wants to like pull. Like, I don't think it should be just yanking to the sides all the time. Right? Okay, now I'm feeling some force feedback. The problem is, the thing's always trying to pull to the sides. Why? It shouldn't be doing that. Oh, why is it pulling me to the outside? Okay. Interesting. Force feedback. Hit for static friction. Okay, force feed electricity. You know what? Let's turn off the smoothing and see if that makes any difference. I don't know if the software inverts it by default because it's on its defaults and I can't, like it's on factory defaults and I can't open up the software. I have to like reinstall it or something. It just won't load up the Logitech software. It's really not great. Oh, what? Huh? The heck? Okay. Oh, hang on. What? Why is the car stuck at an angle to go straight? Ah. That's really strange. Okay, let's return to garage. Try this again. See, now it's not pulling to the sides. See? Not like it was before. Okay. There. Okay, now it's working, right? Cool. Let's see how this feels. So I don't think the issue was inversion. I think it was the other thing. Oh, that's so much. Why'd the game freeze? Oh no, my whole PC. Holy whoa. Excuse, are we still here? The saw completely crashed. Also, why is that still there? I didn't realize it, but that should not be there. How's it? Okay. Oh, wow. The game totally crashed. What? What the heck happened? Wow. Are we still on? Are we still live? Everything just wigged out. What in the world? Now what in the world is going on? Now my OBS is being weird, and now it's like all blown up on the screen. And I'm trying to... Okay. Center. No, why are you all the way off? Center. Ugh. So I had a graphics driver issue, I guess. Screen. That's concerning. Okay. Oh my goodness, even display capture is being weird. Alright. Well, that fixed it. I had to turn off the monitor and turn it back on. Okay. Okay, well, it's working now. That was freaking weird. Hopefully it doesn't take forever and a day to load again. I have it on my M.2 drive, so it should load fast. At least faster than this. I may simply just need to run this on the lowest possible settings in order to make this work. I have offloaded my stream settings, though, my stream encoding to my processor rather than the graphics card. So hopefully this can work. My PC does meet the minimal requirements. Man, this has a really long loading time. What the heck? Hopefully we're still live. If there's anyone in chat, let me know if we're still on, because I had a serious driver issue with my PC's graphics driver, and it kind of hitched up the stream software. So I don't know if we hit some weird disconnect or if we're still on. It looks like we're still connected. Alright, here we go. Testing time again. Start driving. Alright. Okay, it looks like I do need an ignition button for when this kind of situation happens, because even with auto clutch on, at this point, I'm gonna say screw speed limiter. I'll just manage my own speed. Okay. Request pit stop, right? Okay. There's the reset force feedback input. I'm having trouble finding it. Seriously having trouble finding it. Oh, you know what? I got it. Never mind. We'll leave it as is. Here's what I'll do. Ignition starter. I hadn't set those buttons. There we go. That gives me what I need. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, can I turn around? No. Okay, so I can keep the speed limiter. Very good. Okay, we're good now. Thank you. Okay. Woo! Okay, that was oof. What the heck? Right, cold tires. You gotta be careful not to overcook it because it's way too easy. Alright. There we go. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Just finished with, okay, cool, thanks. Okay, well now the only thing I want to do, I need to change just a couple little things here. Let's see, let's leave those on that. Oh, right. I actually like this kind of setting. I like the look ahead type settings. So let's set that towards the middle. Set that to 10%. My turn towards y'all's direction. What's the maximum that can be at? 100. Okay, cool. Set that to 50%. We'll set that to the middle. The maximum disc goes to so I'll set that 50. I actually like those settings because it gives that feeling of immersion. Why didn't I keep this? Yeah, let's see if this makes a difference. Try out the Mustang this race. Haven't driven a front engine. Also, oh wow, front engine's all I know. Other than trying out some of the old Porsches in other games. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's a lot more immersive. Woo! Okay. That was not good. Hey, why'd you hit me in the back, huh? Okay. Have the HUD set to full. Get a pick of the car. Damage. Oh, damage tire temps. Okay. So actually, full is good. Okay, then I'll set that to full. No. Alright, I'll set those to full then. Yeah. Okay. Without having to look at the number. Got you. Oh, I totally see what you mean now. That is better. Alright, that's better. The cars don't have the dash screen. Oh, okay. So it helps to know what gear I'm in. Gotcha. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. There we go. Alright, now I'm getting a feel for this. Now I'm getting a feel for it. Cool. Now I'm starting to feel the vibrations of the road. Oh, that's a hard turn. Holy, whoa. Okay. Went off track there. Okay. Play with steering wheel turned off. Speed up forward. I was looking at the chat. Yeah. And cars hard to see out. Yeah, I can see what you mean. I kind of like the immersive factor of it, though. Let's just go to the next sections. And do at least just a part
and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
of the full race.
Go to the grid for a race start. Formation lap has started.
Ah, what the heck? Are you freaking kidding me? The heck? Oh, great. Can I move? Oh, most of the online races only do last portion. I see. Come on, game. I still need to get a feel for it before I go online. So I don't even know how the formation lab works. I won't be able to partake correctly. Higher the ABS running, the more understeer. Right. Because the maximum is 11 and the minimum is 0. So it's effectively 12. So 6 is effectively smack dab in the middle. Oh god. You know what? Let's just skip that. So this is the portion that is online, huh? Access 9. I got maximum 11 on this car, see? So from 0 to 11, that's actually 12 pips. So 6 is smack dab in the middle. So this is how it starts, right? In most online races. See, at low speeds like this, I have 0 force feedback feel. So I might have to crank up the minimum force feedback setting. I'm getting like very slight ticking kind of sensation, and that's about it. That's TC, not ABS. Oh, right. 9 is the max ABS. Okay. I mean, I lean more towards understeer, prefer going understeer to oversteer, so. Maybe I can just use this. Oh, yeah, I should just use the freaking pit limiter option. Duh. The speed limiter.
Green flag, green flag.
Okay. So that's how the races start, huh? Woo! What the heck? Why did they all stop like that? Why can I not move? The heck? What even happened? Wait, why is invert off now? What is going on?
Formation lab has started.
Huh. Wait, but the invert is what causes it to swing around. Why? So I need to turn off the invert? Let's see. Yeah, because now it's just in the center if it's not inverted. Weird. Okay, let's skip the formation lap. So this is how you would run it. Okay. So I think I know one more setting change I need to make, and then I should be all good to go. I need to change my speed limiter button to this and set the reset force feedback, which, why am I having trouble finding it? Like, where is that? Is it our gameplay? No. Is it under, it's not under camera, right? Calibrate? Or is it under force feedback? No, it's not there. I'm so confused. How did I find it before? I had found the reset force feedback command before, but now I just can't find it. Wait, it's literally disappeared. How do I know what I can do for feet up or down, huh? Okay. Oh, duh. Not dumb. Nope, doesn't work either. Oh, because I have to go to keyboard. Duh! Okay, is there any free keys I can use for this? What the heck? Guess not. Okay, that's fine. Where the heck is the reset? Okay. FFB. Oh my goodness. Why could I not find it? Alright. There. Now we're set. Okay, I think we're good now. There we go. Ah! Okay, the force feedback is feeling much better now. I can actually feel more detail. Now I just gotta get used to driving this thing without spinning. There we go. Okay, I think I've got all the settings dialed in. It actually feels pretty decent. Dang it. And there's the spin. Okay.
That time was a 4:57.80.
Okay, we'll save that one. Okay. Well, I think I got an okay feeling for the game now. So, go back to the main menu. The game didn't crash, also, which is good. Because before it had utterly... Alright. Now I'm just gonna run some laps using this one and see how it feels. Tire warmers might normally use races. Hybrid battery systems. I want to see. I don't have that yet though either. Man, this loading time totally makes me feel like it feels like Gran Turismo 7, but actually longer. Ah. Oh, that's interesting. It said latency issues, so collision detection will re-enable. So if you have disconnection issues, it'll actually make it so you can't collide with people. That's a nice feature. Oop, frick. Return me to garage, please. I just realized. Auto clutch is on. Put in auto shifting. Hmm. 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 Ah, auto windscreen wipers. Okay. Auto headlights. Oh, cool. Auto pit speed limiter. Cool. All right. Oh no. Did the game crash again? Okay, good. Alright, let's see how this wants to work. Let's see how this feels. Oh god. Oh, whoa. Okay. Crap. I see, I see. I think probably just gonna be better off racing what I'd already been using. So... Alright. After a spin, give us like an SRB2, one more rank, you'll have silver. You get more the higher rank you are. So the higher your ranking, the more what? More safety rating you get? Or the higher your safety rating, the more ranking points you get, right? dropped my water bottle. Oh wow. Figures it took long enough to load. Leaving is banned once the cars line up in 2x2 formation. I see. Huh. Jeez, this loading time is killing me. Oh, I see. So the higher you say, so it snowballs. They do it snowballs upwards. Okay. Cool. I can't start driving? Oh wow, okay. I guess qualifying time. Alright, time to run qualifier. At 5? Why? What? Did you join the same race? Oh, split 10 to 11? Huh. I have no idea why it put me there. Crap, I went off. Frick. Can I get back on track, please? No! It's spinning me. No day to go off. Yeah, that makes sense. Throw me in the middle because there's no...
204.05.
This guy sounds like a robot. Oh, I cut that way too much. Okay, so one thing I will say, the curb doesn't feel like instant death like it does in a set of Corsa Competition. Those are some really slow turns.
That time was a 152.08.
52.08. Yeah.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Okay. Oh, you said to start the pit, but I guess I'm starting in the race. Whoops.
Formation lap has started.
Oh crap. No, 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 not in the online race. Let's go. Come on. What are these people doing?
Green flag, green flag.
And here we go. We got some spins.
Time 2:01.49.
Hey, watch it, buddy. Ooh, we got quite a few spins going on here.
Lap time was a 1:49.12.
Yeah, went a little too wide there. Ooh.
Lap 1:48.74.
Oh, thanks. The dive bomb. Oh gosh, that was a total accident. Crap.
Lap 1:59.03.
Oh man, I went too wide.
That time was a 150.24.
Oh, thanks. Did I just get hit again? What is happening? Can I just drive? What the heck? Okay, I take back what I said. You're going at low speeds. Curbs act like freaking bounce pads. That doesn't seem realistic at all.
Lap 2, 24.91.
How long is this race supposed to be again? Is it by a set amount of laps or is it by time? No, no, no. Oh, saved it. No, curb. Oh, hello. How are you doing? Sorry, I do not know French, so I'm afraid I don't really know what you're saying. Oh.
Time 203.52.
Oh, yeah. Which car is it? Are you talking about the Mustang I'm driving, or what are you driving?
Lap 153.58.
Why is there a yellow flag? Did someone get hit or spin off? Oh no, get back on track. Come on. Ah. Ugh, okay. Oh, final lap, huh? Oh, I did complete my first race. Right? Yeah, I completed my first race. Nice. Okay. Was watch. Is that like... Oh, okay. Now, can you save replays in this? Please tell me this has a replay save system. Minutes, we can see if the lap started within the last few minutes. Went to pits. From pits to fourth, because how many people spun. Oh, I see, I see. Does this have a... Can you save replays, or can you view old replays? Oh. And view them, work on a safe future. Oh, so you have to watch it to get a recording of it. Okay. Good to know, good to know. Oh, I could have reduced my virtual energy. It would have lightened my car, but I don't know how many laps I would have had to run. Because I think it's by time, right? Ah. I see. Huh. Okay. Cool, cool. I hope they can come up with a save and replay system. Race Room already has that. The transitions and stuff, you know. The game runs once I lowered the graphics settings. It didn't crash, so that's good. So I can run this game at a solid frame rate. Good to know. I have to run at the lowest, or I'll experiment with regular low settings to see. What's this? Oh. Just little tool tips. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I found a webpage too. I think it's Coach Dave Academy or something else that shows some tips on how to, like, what you need to do with your setups for each car to kind of mitigate some of its weaknesses. So I'll take a look at that and maybe tinker with some setups, some mild setups for the Mustang and the Mercedes AMG for the next time I play this. Alright. Good to know. So it runs fine. The races are kind of long, but I mean, in total, with practice, quali, and race, like a half hour per race or more. Like 35 minutes, it said. When I stream, I only stream for 2 hours, so at most I could get 3 races in per stream. Fixed races, all you can change is TC and ABS and brake bias. Right. Yeah, the things that were in that, the basic setup. So how does one set up a car, look at car setups outside of races? Oh wait, there is a replays. There it is. They already have it. Cool. So I can record, I can replay and record them for YouTube. So I can play some of this off stream sometimes, and then I can use the replay in order to make some content for YouTube. Very nice. Honestly, that's a style I think I excel in, is narration. So when I'm driving, I kind of focus in, you know, I kind of lock in. But with this, I'll be able to do some narration voiceover over the replay. Yep, practice, qualifying, and the race. Proper. Very nice. And then I can do some editing to make some good YouTube content. Okay. Well, okay, so first impressions of this, much more fun than Assetto Corsa Competizione. Much more approachable. A lot more variety of settings too. Like, you're not restricted from using you know, these settings here, these preset settings, right? You're not stuck playing only on realism setting online. I did hear though that the further towards rookie your assists are, you take like a balance of performance penalty. So the more aids on, the slower your, or the lower your peak performance can be for your machine compared to someone else with the same machine. Wiper button that I have, I can allocate that to something else. Disables trash control for the duration of the button. Yeah. I may even try, if I play off stream, I may play it in VR. I can't stream while in VR, but at the very least I could play in VR off stream, and then I can still use the replays. Oh hey, I appreciate the follow there, Firestaff. Why did it not make a sound? I really need to mess around with my settings a bit more to see if I can get those alert sounds working. But yeah, no, thanks for the follow. I'm pretty much focused in, like, my content niches, racing games and sims. I definitely lean towards, I'm leaning towards the Sims now. So far the ones I enjoy the most are Race Room and this. I'm also a rally head, so I'm going to be playing more Dirt Rally 2. As far as on stream, I'm not sure if what I'm going to play more of, because from this point on, I'm going to be streaming only on Fridays. And that's because I've tried streaming twice a week for a little while, and I just couldn't get any viewers, and it just, like, maybe there was one returning viewer who's been around for a little while, but Warframe. I used to play a lot of Warframe. I used to stream that a lot. Back when I was 2000, was it 21 and 22? Which was like the peak of my streaming. I hit Twitch affiliate and Warframe was one of the main games I was streaming at the time. I know someone who plays a lot of Warframe, and so she was kind of my gateway to it. Yeah. But I'm kind of focused in on racing now. It's kind of become my hyperfixation. So new update. Yes, and I saw the YouTube video on that. I watched that. I'm looking forward to the AI trained race steward, to hopefully that can prevent people from getting punished, or at least reduce how often people get punished for things that aren't really their fault. Honestly, that's my biggest gripe with Race Room, is taking incident points for things that aren't my fault. Like, I was doing a race and I just did a normal braking zone break, you know? In fact, I kind of late braked it a little bit because I saw that there was someone behind me. So I kind of tried to late brake it a bit to give him more room to slow down, and he slammed into my rear and set me off track. And so I took an incident point from getting slammed into, and I took another one for going off track. And then on the way back, I think and then I bumped the wall, the barrier, which gave me another incident point. Well, I got 3, and the dude got like 1 or 2. And it was just so frustrating, you know? In that race, I think I ended up hitting the maximum amount of incident points, because every time you just go off track just a little bit too far, you get an incident point. And, you know, anytime you bump someone more than just a little bit of like door-to-door brushing, little paint swapping, anything more than that, you'll get incident points. And once you hit 40, at least, or each different race type has different threshold, but once you hit that threshold, you're just automatically DNF, qualified. So, but other than that, the physics feel great in that game, honestly. And it has a lot more variety of cars, which I appreciate. I lean more towards road cars, you know, production cars. Miata, you know, MX-5 Cup, Audi TT Cup, anything that more resembles road cars, you know? I think that's why I like rally so much too, because they race based off of, especially in the history of it, homologated cars, right? So the platform that they modify from is a production car that you can buy and drive. So yeah, I really like that. GT3s are the closest thing to that, yeah. They're just so heavily modified internally that there's hardly any like high downforce, the higher downforce, I should say, than road cars, and much higher horsepower. But yeah, they are the closest thing. I think one of the better races I did in Race Room was GT4. That was pretty fun, although it was a really long race and I forgot how to pit in that game. I don't think I had any buttons, keybinds for that, like on my wheel. I didn't have anything binded for pit request, so I ran out of gas and couldn't finish the race. That was frustrating, because it was a half hour endurance race in GT4 and GT3s, something like that. So it was interesting. I was having fun until that happened. I ran out of gas, couldn't complete the race, and it was just over. But yeah, it was interesting. But the ones I did the best in overall, intermediate races 40. Okay, the best racing I had done, the best results were the MX-5 Miata Cup and the Audi TT Cup, which are much closer to road cars than any GT3 or GT4 or anything of that sort. So, and honestly, those were kind of the ones I had the most fun with thus far. I just wish Race Room had a better penalty system is all. Yeah. Porsche 964 Cup was pretty good too, and I got to actually use my H-pattern shifter for that. That one was actually kind of fun too. I did get into a downward spiral near the end of the race, like about 2/3 through, where I think I got hit by someone and careened off track, and then I just started going wide and just it went downhill from there. Bad. I think that was the race where I actually DQ'd out. I can't remember though. The first half of the race was great. Really close, fun, clean racing. It was really nice. Next car you're debating, Audi RS3, RS5, Audi TT, RS. And you're talking about like IRL car? Because I drive an Econo car. Like I don't have a fun car yet, but in the future I would like to. And I want to get one that's stick shift. But first I gotta get a car that will be my wife's once she gets used to driving my current Econo car. She came from an area where she didn't have to drive at all. She's Filipina, so I'm teaching her how to drive, and then my car will be hers. And then I will drive temporarily the car that will then become hers once my current car dies, because it's about a year away from not being very drivable. And then once she has a car with all-wheel drive, which is what I'm aiming for, then I'm going to get myself a fun manual. Yep, same deal. I'm teaching my wife how to drive, and then she gets my Chevy Sonic. And then I'm going to get an all-wheel drive, like a wagon or a hatchback, or at the largest, a crossover. I don't want to get full SUV, and I don't think it would be good for her anyway, because that thing would be way too big. I want something with a bit of a, either smaller, like wagon, like mid-size at the largest, wagon or hatchback, or a crossover with a short wheelbase. That way she can have maneuverability, like a Mazda CX-3 or something, a subcompact crossover. And then once she has the solid all-wheel drive car, because where we live, we get a lot of winters. Golf bar. So I've heard good things about it. Problem is, it's pretty expensive, and Volkswagen. Expensive to maintain. I need something a little more cheap to maintain for her. So ideally something more along the lines of a Mazda CX-3 with all-wheel drive, or I don't know. Honestly, that seems like it might be the best bet long term. Or like a Honda Cross Tour V6 with all-wheel drive. That would be pretty decent. So basically just a lifted Accord. I just want, except they aren't all-wheel. Yeah, and that's the thing. I want her to have all-wheel because she's a new driver, and every winter that she's been here, this is her second winter, it snows. And so I want her to be able to have a safe ride, And then for me, I've been driving for nearly 20 years and have never had a single road accident. So I can handle, front wheel drive, or I prefer front wheel drive because that's just all I know. But I would be cool with all wheel as well. But I want something lightweight, somewhat sporty, and maneuverable. Mazda 3. There are a few cars that I would love to have, but they're harder to find and they're older. Toyota Celica GTS, 7th gen. Subaru WRX. My favorite of that was the 2005, but I'd be happy with just about any WRX. What other cars do I really like? I mean, it's ungodly expensive Lancer Evos are. They're also awful on what do you call it? Gas mileage. Let's see. What else? Boxer engine. After 2013, they actually figured out a lot of the issues, like the head gasket, the gasket problem, head gasket issues. That's like the meme. Kinda isn't as much of a thing after 2013. All you just have to do is routine maintenance on it, and it won't be an issue. So like all the boxers from 2013 onwards are fine. You get a BRZ or a GT or GR86 or a Scion FRS from 2013 onwards, which I think was all of them, they're not going to have the head gasket problems as long as you maintain them properly. That's the thing about Subaru. People like to say they're unreliable, but if you do routine maintenance, they are perfectly reliable. You just have to put a little more work into maintenance than a Toyota or a Honda pre-2020. Pre-2020 Toyota or Honda. And the cool thing about Boxer engine is it's very low center of gravity, so it actually makes the car very maneuverable. It actually keeps it pretty well planted and grippy, which is why they're such good rally cars historically. And then you can turbo it, and they actually are a very good platform for modding if you do it right. If you do it right and don't go reckless with it, you can get a lot of power out of the Boxer engine without it completely dying. But the problem is a lot of people, they get them, they do bad mods, and then they hoon the thing about, and then it blows up, and then they want to say that it's unreliable. But no, it's generally stupid owners. Yeah, very reliable if you take care of it, but they're also much cheaper to service and repair and maintain than any European car brand. Here in America, that is. I live in America, so Volkswagen, Volvo, BMW, Audi, they're all ungodly expensive, especially after the tariffs kicked in. Then the prices of European parts shot up. So I kind of have to avoid cars like that because I just can't afford that right now. I have to go. Okay, you're in Ohio. Cool. So you're in the Midwest like I am. Yeah. So gotta go with something a little more reliable and easy to maintain, particularly for my wife. For me, I can get something a little older that might take a little more work. Kind of something between 2009 and 2014, where the cars were peak. I feel like that's the era of peak car. Just enough technology and creature comforts, but not too much to the point where they're like modern cars, where they're just stupid to try and maintain and repair, and you lose all the soul and the feel, right? You lose the mechanical feel entirely with all the electronic steering, electronic throttle and brake, infotainment systems, soft suspensions. Like 2009 through 2014 is the perfect period where easy to maintain and repair, but still mechanical feel enough, and then decent modding platforms usually. I'm also very much an instinct driver. I'm someone who kind of just drives on feel, which has been making sim racing interesting because I don't have the seat of the pants feel, and I don't get any feel through the pedals, right? So it's all through the wheel. And I'm using a Logitech G923, so it's not even a direct drive wheel. At some point, if I get more into this, or if my channel can grow more, any of my channels, then I may invest in like a Moza, an entry-level Moza direct drive wheel. And then like an ultra-wide curved monitor. And then like active pedals. I've seen all about those, and they look really cool. Don't ever touch your drive so you learn through feel. Yeah. My mom taught me how to drive, and she's a great driver too. So she taught me to be a very defensive driver, and then I'm a natural born driver when it comes to driving real life cars. In sim racing, it's a little harder for me to transfer those skills. Like I said, the only feel you get is through the steering wheel because I don't have active pedals, or those kind of like vibration motors you can put on the pedals and stuff. I don't have seat of the pants feel, so like with butt kicker system or something like that, or a motion rig. Like if I had the money to have a full-on motion rig and you know, butt kicker system and active pedals, my skills would probably translate much better. And those are R5. R3 has a little more torque than what I have. It's more consistent than what I have. Entry and torque. Okay, yeah, because I've heard you actually want more torque, more Newton meter torque than what you're going to have it set to. That way, the more overhead there is in the torque, the more definition you get in the feel. So you set it to like 2/3 of the torque that the wheel has, so you get that good fine detail. I mean, I couldn't afford one, and I don't have anywhere to put one right now. Motion rig, but it would be so freaking cool to have. Not gonna lie. Max, because it's only 3.9. See, if you set it to 3, then that extra 0.9 would of overhead would help with the definition, though, with the fine details. So it's something you might consider trying out. This is setting it to 3 and letting that extra 0.9 overhead go towards detail. But yeah, you know, that's kind of my thoughts anyway going forward. I appreciate you being here, honestly. Having just one person in chat to talk to while streaming makes it so much better. I'm the kind of person where when I'm streaming, if I don't have anyone in chat, I'm generally kind of quiet. But if I'm off stream and I'm recording for YouTube, then I can talk a lot more, even though there's no one else there. And I think it's because my brain knows that with YouTube videos, it's a different mode that my brain goes into. But streaming to 0 active chatters is difficult for my brain. I have Tourette's syndrome too, so there's a lot of aspects of the way my brain works that's not normal. And so that changes the way my brain chemistry works around streaming and content creation from the norm. So it's also the reason why I don't have a webcam right now. I used to be a VTuber so that I could translate my mannerisms into something and have a face to go with my voice for the viewers. But being a man as a VTuber, not a great gig. There's very little support there, and then a lot of non-VTuber watchers don't like VTubers, or they outright hate them, or avoid them. So I decided to go back to voice only. Because I gesture a lot with my hands when I'm talking, and I move my head a lot, so I figured being a VTuber would be cool, but it just didn't work out. Tried it for almost 4 years, didn't get anywhere, decided to just go voice only and just chill out, have fun with this. But regardless, when I have a webcam on me, showing my actual face, it exasperates my Tourette's tics. And then being aware of that also exasperates it. It increases the frequency and the intensity of said tics. That's what Tourette's does. So that's why I don't have a webcam on right now, so I can just chill and be fully authentic without that being in the back of my head. I'm not like ashamed of anything, it's just it makes it harder to relax when you're taking a lot. Let's see, especially in the sim community, it's a lot of toxic people now. If you did stuff like Warframe. Yeah, well, see, and that's something, I come from the FGC as well. I spent a lot of time in the fighting game community, and that's also similarly toxic, and I think that's just anything that is formed around a competitive, you know, where it's like you alone versus everyone else, right? Any competitive scene inherently has a higher inherent level of toxicity and stupidity, because it is by its very nature a bit more selfish and self-centered, you know, in its very structure. Yeah, you can have camaraderie with other people you train with, people you practice with, people you frequently race with and chat with, right? You can have some measure of camaraderie, but still, ultimately, it's competitive. You're trying to beat everyone else once you're out on the track, or once you're, you know, in the ring in a fighting game. But with things that are focused on PvE co-op, like Warframe. Or when I was streaming a lot in 2021, 2022, you know, when I was at the peak of my growth back then, and I was a VTuber at the time, my main game was Monster Hunter Rise, right after that came out on the Switch. That community, I mean, if you don't count the, you know, the old heads who absolutely hated Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise at the time. Other than that, the Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Rise players, amazing community. Very, very welcoming, very friendly. The whole game is PvE, co-op. So it just makes for a more friendly and welcoming environment. Same with Warframe. Oh, you're loving Wilds? See, my PC can't run Wilds in the slightest, unfortunately. I tried to do the benchmark test before it came out, and the benchmark test crapped the bed, and my PC froze and crashed, just trying to run the benchmark. So I knew that my PC absolutely cannot run Wilds, no matter what I do. It was pretty rough. I would like to play it, but it was rough. So yeah, nope, that's out of the question for me. And at this point, I've got the best hardware I can use on my current motherboard. If I want to upgrade my graphics card, I'll need a new motherboard and a bigger motherboard. And for that, I will need a bigger case. So I need a bigger motherboard, bigger case, newer graphics card, but then that would also require newer RAM. I would have to go up to GDDR5 RAM, right? Instead of GDDR4 like I have. And then if I did that, then I would also need a new processor, because then I would have to go to a motherboard that uses AM5, and I'm currently using AM4. So I would basically just have to get a whole new computer. So yeah, I literally just can't upgrade my PC without either overhauling the entire thing or buying a brand new pre-built PC. So I kind of got my eyes on the Steam machine. Once that comes out, I want to see how that runs, and if you can like dual boot to Windows, because I know it has a lot of, since SteamOS runs on Linux, a lot of sim racing hardware doesn't work on it, and a lot of sim racing games use anti-cheat, kernel level anti-cheat, which doesn't work on Linux, and therefore won't work on Steam machine. But I'm keeping an eye on it for its pricing, because if you can get it for a decent price, for less than a pre-built PC of comparable performance, and then load dual boot to Windows, then there you go. I would just buy that and use my current PC solely for stream encoding. And then, oh wait, you can run Wilds on that? Oh, see, okay, well, see, I'm running an RX 580, which is definitely weaker than your 2070. And my processor is, I think, 1800X, which is definitely weaker than your, like a Ryzen 5 1800X, I think, which is definitely, or is it a Ryzen 7? Either way, it's weaker than what you got, so. And unfortunately, it's the most powerful hardware that is compatible with my current motherboard. So at the very least, I would have to get a better motherboard, a bigger motherboard, a bigger case, and then I could upgrade my graphics card and CPU. But at that point, I'm practically upgrading. I'm almost making a whole new PC at that point. So I think Steam Machine is probably the way to go if the price is right and it's easy to dual boot onto Windows on it. Because then I could use it in SteamOS mode for everything else, and then Windows mode for sim racing. Boom. You know? And then just use it, run it through my capture card, or through my current PC I'm using right now, and then it would take the load of running the game off of the PC that's encoding the stream. Then I could stream at a higher quality. I could do full 1080p 60 frames per second if I did that. So I'm keeping my eyes out on that to see what it's going to be like and what the pricing is going to be like, because that could really open things up for me if it's done right. And, well, yeah, I know RAM's expensive because of the RAM shortages. So, yeah. It's a little rough out here right now. So, I'm glad this game can run on the low settings, though. And it ran super smooth, so I'll bump it up to the regular low instead of lowest. And see if it can handle that next time I stream. Anyway, I've been streaming longer than I was originally planning on. I gotta get on out of here. This was fun, though. Thanks for coming by, thanks for following, and I hope to see you next time I stream. So from now on, every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, is when I'm going to be streaming. No longer Thursday streams anymore. I'm just gonna not stream on Thursdays anymore, and just that'll open up more time for me to make better. Actually stream though? No, it's just on his login screen. I guess there is no one. Streaming the same thing. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, let's see if there's anyone streaming something similar. Well, I'm not going to bother with that for now. I'll figure that out some other time. Alright, let's just get out of here. Oh, hey. Oh, wow. Thank you for subscribing over on the YouTube side as well. I really appreciate it. That alert worked, so why did not the Twitch alert work when you followed over there? I'm really going to have to mess around with stream elements on that. Okay, well. Figures. We'll figure it out. We'll fix it. Oh. Okay. Yep, I gotta fight with some settings. I'll do that off stream. Alright, calling it here. Have a good one. Rest of your night, or day, or whatever time it is when you watch this, from the VOD squad as well. And if you watch the VOD, I appreciate if you head over to, I should say this at the beginning of the stream, shouldn't I? Over to YouTube. Because I get more, it supports me more to watch my VODs over in YouTube than on Twitch. So yeah. Anyway, to answer the question at the beginning of the stream, what does the S in S-factor stand for? I would say in this case, I mean, it started with scuff a little bit, but when the computer crashed. But I think in this one, it would stand for, and it doesn't have to be just one word, surprised, as in pleasantly surprised at how much I kind of enjoyed Le Mans Ultimate. So I'll definitely be playing more of it going forward. Alright, that's it for me. This has been S-factorsam. My name is Samuel Ray, and I'm out of here. See ya.